Welcome back to the channel. My name is Steven. I'm a pharmacist. I own 52 units of real estate and I help coach people to buy their first multifamily deal. So today I want to talk about the two offers I made for a 16-unit apartment complex in Oklahoma City. So I was looking on Crexy and LoopNet and Zillow for on-market MLS deal for a small apartment complex in Oklahoma City because I own a 26-unit apartment complex in Oklahoma City. I have a great property manager there, a great renovation team there. I know the areas. I know the rents are about $750 to $800 depending on a one bedroom, two bedroom, and the condition. And I have a great insurance person there, so I have a really good team there. And if I were to buy another apartment complex near that one, I know that my time, my energy, my effort in terms of managing that property, it's going to be very minimal because I have a very strong team there and I know the area there already. It's not my first time in that market. So this is a term called economies of scale. So if I meet with my property manager, let's just say once a week for, on average, maybe 30 to 60 minutes, if I were to add another property, yeah, sure, when I'm renovating it and trying to take it down, there might be more frequent communication. I might be talking more. I might be meeting with them more. But once it's stabilized, it's super easy. I just talk to one property manager, text them, give me updates. They'll say, I have, 3 vacant units or whatever, or this is the progress of this renovation. It just becomes very easy. So I know that I could take it on without much time commitment. So, full disclosure, most deals on Crexy, LoopNet, Zillow, they're bad deals. The true good deals are the ones that you find off market. So I bought all my good deals using direct mail. One of my students was using direct mail, but ended up closing on an 8-unit through a wholesaler that he knows. But fortunately, he knew a great wholesaler. Most wholesalers are terrible. But if a good deal comes, that's when you strike. And you only know what a good deal looks like once you've been analyzing the market for a long time. So I'm looking at these deals on Zillow, LoopNet, Crexy, because I'm not ready to commit to a mailing campaign just yet, because I'm trying to enjoy my married life, if I'm being honest, and I'm enjoying this kind of peace, stability, and just enjoying the fruits of my labor and focusing on my personal life, having more fun, doing more activities, and really enjoying this time before I have kids. So that's why I've kind of paused on real estate a little bit. And it's given me a lot of time to pause, to think about how I want to pivot as I plan for retirement for my W-2 for the next 5 years for me and my wife. But anyways, I still want to stay fresh in the market. So I still want to look at deals on Zillow, Crexy, LoopNet, and it's free. So I literally just set filters for multifamily. Minimum price is going to be about $300K because apartments don't get cheaper than that for the most part. And the max price is about maybe $2 million are my filters. And what I do is I scroll through the listing and I want to see whatever properties are listed. And at that point on Zillow, you can see the number of the listing agent or listing broker. So I literally just get that number, I text it, and this is my typical text message. I'll just say, hey, Kelly. Let's just say the broker's name is Kelly. My name is Steven. I am looking to buy another apartment complex. I currently own a 26-unit apartment complex from about 10 miles away from your current apartment complex. So I'm establishing credibility. I'm establishing that I'm serious. And I'm establishing that I have a track record. So the broker will take you more seriously. And I said, I'm looking to buy another one. Can I get a T12 and a rent roll emailed to me this is my email, so that I can forward it to my underwriter and my lenders to get the ball rolling on an offer. In commercial real estate, an offer is called an LOI, which is letter of intent. So what I do in this short text, number one, I don't want to waste time. Number two, I want to establish that I own apartments already and nearby. So I have a track record I can close. Number three is I want to send this to my lender to figure out what my offer is going to be. and my offer is always limited by my lender because I don't want to come off as the bad guy. So usually they'll text me saying, okay, here, I sent you the T12, I sent you the rent roll. And once I said that, I said, okay, thanks for the fast documents. I sent that over to my lenders and my underwriters. In the meantime, as I wait for their response, is the seller willing to do some sort of creative financing? Whether that's doing 100% seller financing if the property is free and clear. So I ask if the property is free and clear. If not, is the seller willing to carry a percentage, at least 40%? So I just throw that out there. So, because if you can't go creative financing out the gate, they might get turned off. And then the broker said, oh, like the seller is open to doing creative financing, but they want a minimum of, I think, $400,000 down. So I just said, okay. And I asked, is the property owned free and clear? And they said no. So out the gate, 90% seller financing is out there. And from there, my two options are my debt service coverage ratio loan with 25% down, conventional bank, or option 2 is a 50-40-10 loan. So they have to be willing and able to carry 40% of the equity in the deal, and they get 60% at the close escrow, and I put 10% down. So it's still a good option. So out the gate, I already know those are my two offers. So I sent my deal over to my lenders, and obviously I do my underwriting first because the lenders are going to ask for what's your offer price. So I kind of did the back math, and I'm blanking off the top of my head because it's been a while, but I just take the gross income. I looked at the expense, which is about 55%, so it's truthful. And whatever the NOI was, I divided it by the 8 cap, because there's an 8 cap market in Oklahoma, roughly. And my offer price came out to be around $650,000, a little bit less, maybe $630,000. And keep in mind, on Zillow, they wanted $1.2 million. So my conventional loan offer, assuming 25% down, assuming 30-year amortization, assuming 7% interest rate, and ideally I'd want it fixed for 10 years, or there's loan products like Velocity Mortgage where they have it 30-year fixed, but you're paying a higher interest rate. So if I want a 30-year fix, my interest rate might be 8%, for example. And I need to hit a debt service coverage ratio of greater than 1.2. So at 650, the debt service coverage ratio came out to be about 1.4 to give me a little bit of cushion. And that was my offer 1. So, and then my 50-40-10 offer, so the 50% from Velocity Mortgage, I kind of underwrite at 9% interest. The 40% carry, I always underwrite at 1% because I want to give the highest offer price possible. And then obviously I put 10% down the deal. And my blended interest rate, so I have 9 plus 1, my blended interest rate's around 5%. So it's less than 7. So that's why I can make a more aggressive offer. So that 50-40-10 offer ended up being around $750, about $100,000 more. And so once I waited a few days, I texted the broker saying, hey, my lenders got back to me. Here are my two offers. If I use a conventional bank, my offer is $650. If the seller is willing to carry 40%, I didn't specify the interest rate yet, I can offer $750. And at this point I said, are these offers within the ballpark of the seller? If so, I'm willing to write an LOI and submit it to you to present. If not, I don't want to waste anyone's time. Just let me know. And immediately the broker was like, this is way too low. They're not going to bite. And at that point, I usually just end it with, well, let me know they changed their mind. The offer's still there. And if you have other deals that you come across, please send them over to me. First, I'm always willing to make an offer that makes sense for me and my underwriting team. And she was like, okay, cool. And then usually I kind of end with, hey, I would love to make a more aggressive offer. I am limited by my lenders. Interest rates are higher. Because interest rates are higher, cap rates are higher. Because cap rates are higher, the values are going down. And all the brokers should understand that. So this thing had two benefits for me making an offer on Zillow. Number one is now I have another broker in my Rolodex that can send me a deal, but they're usually not good deals, if I'm being honest. And number two is I make offers, and who knows, they might say yes. I'll get 100 no's, but if I get one yes, I have a deal. And I'm at that point where I don't need a deal. I want a good deal. So I'm okay to be patient, and it's allowed me to give a pulse on the market. So I quickly know. Just make offers. That's the key point. Just make offers. It's a disrespectful offer. But if you know you're making a disrespectful offer, just phrase it as, I don't want to waste anyone's time. Here are my offers. Let me know if it's in the ballpark. And if they just straight up say no, then just say, okay, well, let me know if you change your mind. Like, don't waste people's time. That's the thing. Don't waste your time. Don't waste their time. And just move on and maybe follow up in let's say you see the same deal 3 months down the road. Maybe follow up. You should follow up. So I'm just trying to get back in that muscle of making offers so that when I do send out my direct mail, I can quickly make offers that make sense for me. And this is why I don't like on-market deals, because once a broker touches the deal, an unrealistic expectation has been set already. Like, obviously the seller is fixated on a $1.2 million purchase price, but based on today's cap rates, based on today's interest rates, based on today's debt service coverage ratio requirements of 1.25 and greater, it's harder. So that's why I always tell myself and my students, make offers that make sense for you and only you. And if the seller doesn't like it, then so what? Move on and follow up. That's it. Just do that consistently. I guarantee if I make 100 of these offers on Zillow, I'll probably get a good deal on Zillow. It's just a matter of time, a matter of patience, and a matter of consistency, and being known as somebody who takes action. That's it. Like my 26 unit, I bought for $500,000. I never thought, and people still don't believe me, that I bought a 26 unit for $500,000. It's worth $1.7 million today after I renovated it. I bought a 20 unit for $350,000. No one believes that. I don't even believe that. I'm still having a hard time believing that. It's possible, but you have to put in the work, put in the offers, and just communicate in a transparent way to say, hey, I would love to give you a better offer, but I'm limited by my lender, and my lender is putting most of the money in the deal. The lender's typically putting 75 to 70% of the deal. So they're the limiting step, and banks are scared right now due to the uncertainty. So you just have to get very strategic at it. And like I said, my text message is genius because I'm trying to get at traditional financing. I'm setting it up, but I'm also throwing the fishing net out there for creative financing. Like, can I do the 50-40-10, or is it owned free and clear? And obviously I can look this up on PropStream, but I'm not subscribed to PropStream currently because I don't want to pay $100 a month. But when I'm more active, I do have PropStream, and I can look to see what the loan is. So that's really all it is you get a deal, underwrite it fast, and make an offer. That's all it is. Do that 200, 300, 400, 500 times, you'll get a deal. It's not rocket science. It's just consistency. And then eventually, when a good deal comes across my desk, I know exactly to strike fast. And that's exactly what I did for my 26 unit, my 20 unit. And I hope to do it for my next apartment. So, like I said, I want to buy in Oklahoma City because I want my current property manager to manage it. And I want to find another great deal because I know exactly how to renovate it, copy and paste my 26 unit. I know exactly who's going to renovate it. I know exactly how long they take. I know exactly how much it's going to cost. I know exactly what the rents are going to be. I know how it's going to be managed. So it's no skin off my back, but I only want to do it for a deal that makes sense for me. So that's why I'm very targeted in my deal, and I want to be the guy that makes an offer. I always say, I'll always make an offer. Send me the deal. Whether the seller accepts it, I can't control, but I can make an offer. And I always tell the broker that. And I always tell the owners that too. Like, hey, I'm willing to make an offer, and the ball's in your court at that point if you want to take it or not. So anyways, hopefully you found value from this experience of me making an offer on my 16-unit apartment complex. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what questions you have. If you're interested in joining my mentorship program, check out the link down below. Otherwise, please like, comment, subscribe. Hope to see you in the next one. Thank you so much.